Hey manhwa lovers! Welcome back to Manhwa Mantra. Today's a super special day for our channel because guess what? We just hit 500 subscribers! I can't thank you enough for all the love and support you've shown since day one. It's been an incredible journey bringing your favorite manhwa stories to life. And this milestone is all thanks to you! Let's begin the story. Fan stood frozen, still unsure of exalted Hei Ran's intentions. The old man chuckled lightly, his laughter echoing in the tense air. Ha ha ha, kid, there's no need to fret. Didn't I already tell you? I'm not here for you. And if that wasn't enough, I killed that thing for you. Doesn't that make it clear I'm on your side? Fan's face remained neutral, but inside he was anything but convinced. The man's behavior was too unpredictable, and everyone knew demonic cultivators were strange, often toying with others just for the fun of it. What if this was some elaborate game to lower his guard? Still cautious, Fan inclined his head slightly. Thank you for saving me, Exalted. Hei Ran waved off his politeness, his tone almost amused. I told you I came to help. But fine, you're one cautious kid. He shook his head knowingly, clearly noticing Fan's unease. Fan wasted no time testing the waters. Exalted, sir, may I take my leave? Without waiting for an answer, he moved quickly to scoop up the two girls and prepare for a swift exit. Come back! Hei Ran's sharp voice stopped him in his tracks. The old man's tone was laced with irritation. Am I so scary that you're desperate to run? Fan turned back, his expression unreadable. Exalted, sir, you said you came to help me. Now that you've done so, what more could you want from me? Hei Ran crossed his arms, his eyebrows furrowing. You're really just going to run off like that? I came to protect you, and this is how you treat me. Do you think that's proper? Fan remained unfazed. With all due respect, Exalted Sir, you said yourself that you came here for nothing. Whether you acted or not, I would have handled the situation. I appreciate your concern, but I can't repay a favor I never asked for. Hei Ran's eyes narrowed, a mix of irritation and amusement glinting in them. You're a bold one, aren't you? Fine, you win this round, but you can't just leave yet. Fan's eyes twinkled as he carefully assessed the situation. Exalted Sir, didn't you already eliminate the threat? If there's nothing else, why keep me here? The Exalted let out a frustrated sigh. Listen, I killed Elder Lu to keep you safe, and that's no small thing. If you had killed him yourself, you would have provoked the entire beast-taming sect. But with me acting as the executioner, it's just justice. The beast-taming sect can't openly retaliate. Fan smirked subtly. Justice? That's a convenient excuse. Whether it was your hand or mine, the sect will still blame me. What's the difference unless you plan on wiping them out completely? Hei Ran bristled at the suggestion, his face twitching. You think I'd annihilate an entire sect for you? Don't be absurd. Fan shrugged nonchalantly. Then I see no difference. If there's nothing else, I'll be going now. Thank you for your time. He made a show of bowing respectfully before attempting to leave again. Stop right there! Hei Ran's voice boomed, halting him once more. The old man's irritation was palpable. You really don't know how to listen, do you? Get back here! With a sly grin, Fan turned around, his posture suddenly relaxed. His demeanor shifted entirely, his sharp instincts kicking in. All right, old man, let's see what you really want from me. Hei Ran's frown deepened as he studied the young man's sudden change in attitude. Kid, drop the act. I'm not asking for much. All I need from you is this. You are not to fight in the lower three sects or the middle three sects stages. That's it. Fan tilted his head, feigning confusion. That's it? And you decided this on your own without consulting me? The Exalted snorted. Consulting a junior? Don't flatter yourself, he continued, his tone taking on a more serious edge. The Double Dragon Gathering exists to ensure fairness among the sects. If you, with your overwhelming strength, fight in those stages, it will disrupt the balance. No one will step up to face you, and the entire purpose of the gathering will be lost. This is a decision made for the greater good. Fan listened intently, though his mind was racing with thoughts. He wasn't concerned about the lower or middle sex stages. His eyes were fixed on the bigger picture. Still, he wasn't about to let the Exalted off so easily. Feigning hesitance, he spoke. So, Exalted Sir, let me get this straight. You're banning me without any real grounds, all to protect your reputation. Hei Ran nodded, unbothered by the accusation. That's exactly right. Your power is far beyond the scope of what these stages are meant to handle. It's only until the superior three sects battles Surely you can understand that. Zhuo Fan's brow furrowed as if considering the proposition. Inside, however, he was already plotting how to turn this situation to his advantage. The Exalted clearly needed something from him, and Zhuo Fan never missed an opportunity to exploit leverage. Before he could respond, Heiran spoke again, his tone softer but laced with authority. This isn't just about you. It's about preserving order. Without rules, chaos will reign in the Western lands. Zhuo Fan sighed, acting as if he'd been backed into a corner. Fine, I agree. I won't participate in the lower or middle sect's stages. Without waiting for acknowledgement, he scooped up the girls and began walking away. Heiran watched him go, shaking his head with a wry smile. The kid is a sneaky one. I thought I could appeal to his sense of morality, but it seems even a subtle threat was needed. Far away, Zhuo Fan muttered under his breath, a sardonic grin on his face. Double Dragon Manor's honor, huh? You can keep your filthy politics. As long as I stay within your rules, there's nothing you can do to me. Heiran's laugh echoed faintly behind him. That boy is far too clever for his own good. He's cautious, but once he understands the situation, he moves with boldness and confidence. He reminds me of Sheng's arrogance. Another voice interrupted his musings, soft but firm. Are we creating another Sheng? An elderly man with white hair stepped into view, his presence commanding. Exalted Bai Mei looked at Heiran with a solemn expression. We built the Double Dragon Manor to protect the Western lands, to create a fair environment for cultivation. But as time passed, we became something else, monarchs. Are we still true cultivators or just rulers clinging to power? Heiran sighed deeply. We've strayed far from the Dao Bai Mei, but perhaps, if Sheng were to return, I'd give him the sword. Let him follow his aspirations. Bai Mei remained silent for a moment before nodding slowly. The weight of their choices etched into his features. The two Exalted stood together, watching as Zhuo Fan disappeared into the distance, a storm brewing in both their hearts. 3 days had passed since Zhuo Fan's devastating punch and the shocking ruling by the Exalted Double Dragon. The uproar had finally settled, and the stage for the lower 3 sects' competition resumed. But this time, it was down to just 2 sects. Despite the narrowed scope, the atmosphere was even more electrifying. Delegates from every nation were abuzz, their excitement evident. Zhuo Fan and the Demon Scheming sect had delivered such a shockwave that news of the event had spread like wildfire. It wasn't just hearsay anymore. People from all over had arrived to witness what was shaping up to be an unprecedented spectacle. The stage was set. The anticipation in the air was thick when someone cried out, "Look, Demon Soul Sect is here!" Han Yunfeng, the sect's leader, strode in with a dozen disciples, their air of self-importance palpable. This time, it wasn't just him and his brothers. He'd brought elders and juniors alike. Zhuo Fan's display of strength had shaken the sect to its core, prompting them to send their elites and give their disciples a first-hand look at the kind of opponent they might face. The Demon Soul sect had barely taken their seats when another exclamation rang out. Heads turned as a new group made their entrance. At the lead was a young man with a calm, wide smile. That's the strongest middle 3 sect, Sword God Sect! Han Yunfeng's eyes narrowed as he focused on the leader, who radiated confidence. The man's serene demeanor was betrayed only by the sharpness in his gaze, a sharpness that unnerved even the most seasoned warriors. Gentle Sword Wen Tao, muttered Han Yunfeng's younger brother in awe. He's already at the 4th layer of the ethereal stage. That's on par with the geniuses from the superior 3 sects. Han Yunfeng's expression darkened as he huffed. He's an adversary of our generation. In another time, another place, Wen Tao would have been the center of attention. But with Zhuo Fan in the picture, even someone as exceptional as him was overshadowed. Wen Tao didn't seem bothered by Han Yunfeng's hostility. He approached with a laugh, clasping his hands in greeting. Young Master Han, it's been a while. I see you've made progress, reaching the 2nd layer of the ethereal stage. Congratulations. Han Yunfeng bristled. Are you mocking me? You're 2 layers above me and you call this progress? Oh, you misunderstand me. Wen Tao waved a hand dismissively, his tone light and friendly. I'm being sincere. I heard you witnessed the battle 3 days ago. Is that kid really as strong as they say? Will he be a threat to us? Han Yunfeng snorted, unwilling to divulge any details. Watch and see for yourself. Wen Tao scratched his nose, looking amused. No need to be so petty. I have other ways of finding out. He motioned to one of his companions, pulling a stern-looking youth forward. "Junior brother, share your connection with that man." The youth stepped forward, his face calm, but his eyes flashing with intensity. "I am Zitin Shang from Tianyu. I once fought alongside Zhou. Had Zhou Fan been present, he would have lost his composure. Why are you here? Shouldn't you be helping the Luo alliance back in Tianyu?" Wen Tao chuckled, his smugness unmistakable. "See? I already know more than you. How about we trade information?" Han Yunfeng only sneered in response. Before their conversation could continue, another cry interrupted them. "Look, Heaven Trailing Sect is here!" The arrival of Heaven Trailing Sect stirred the crowd further. Someone muttered, "They're the head of Tianyu's 3 guardian sects. Shouldn't they know more about the demon scheming sect?" Wen Tao's interest piqued. "Excuse me, young Master Han. I'll be taking my leave for now." With a wave, he and his group moved to greet the newcomers, leaving Han Yunfeng fuming in silence. Han Yunfeng's younger brother observed thoughtfully, "Is Wen Tao really the best genius of the middle 3 sects?" "He doesn't seem that impressive." Han Yunfeng glared at him. "You're naive. Wen Tao is called the gentle sword for a reason. He's like a wolf in sheep's clothing, disguising his savage nature behind a scholarly air. He combines 2 sword styles in one, striking with beauty and precision while hiding deadly intent. You'll only realize you've been defeated after it's too late." The younger Han shuddered, finally understanding the reputation Wen Tao carried. Meanwhile, murmurs spread through the audience. Even the superior 3 sects are here. Zhuo Fan's strength has drawn them all out. They must see him as a threat. Yan Mo, the prodigy of Hellion Flame, arrived with his disciples, drawing wary glances. Even their elder Qing Ya had come along. The crowd parted instinctively, unwilling to provoke the fiery sect. Hellion Flame's disciples, curious and eager, turned to Yu Mei, the only one among them who had seen Zhuo Fan in action. Is he really that strong? Yu Mei hesitated, unsure how to answer. All eyes turned to Yan Mo for his judgment, but he merely cleared his throat, leaving the question unanswered. Their attention was drawn again by a lively voice. "Yan Mo, it's been a while, hasn't it?" The crowd recognized the newcomer instantly. "That's Wu Qingqiu from Ultimate Clarity Sect." Yan Mo greeted him with a mocking tone. "Afraid the kid's going to steal your title of best talent in the Western lands?" Wu Qingqiu smiled serenely. "Not at all. At Ultimate Clarity Sect, we value freedom and elegance over titles. Fame and fortune hold no weight with us. If you desire the title, you're welcome to it." Yan Mo scowled. "Spare me the sanctimony. Are you here to mock me?" Wu Qingqiu shook his head, his gaze calm. "The new always replaces the old. None of us can hold on to our positions forever." He glanced at the gray-clad youth beside him. Yan Mo's eyes widened as an inexplicable sense of dread washed over him. The youth met his gaze with a faint smile. "I am Ye Lin, Zhuo Fan's only rival. No one else is worthy." The declaration sent a shiver down Yan Mo's spine. This youth radiated an aura so overpowering that even Zhuo Fan hadn't evoked such fear in him. Yan Mo was left speechless, his heart racing with a primal sense of danger. Before the crowd could recover, a new voice boomed. "The world's justice can only come from us, righteous sect." A dozen disciples in yellow strode in, their leader exuding charisma and righteousness. "When demons rise, my justice shall prevail. I, Zhao Deju, will grasp victory." Wu Qingqiu sighed at their dramatic entrance. Universal Righteous Sect has always been zealous in their self-proclaimed mission to purge demons. Now that they know the demon scheming sect is here, they'll waste no time declaring war. Yan Mo sneered. Purge demons? Their so-called justice couldn't even stand against Hellion Flame. Zhao Deju is all talk. Wu Qingqiu chuckled. Their righteous path is narrow and their strength uninspiring. Even exalted Heiran, a demonic cultivator, stands leagues above them. At that moment, the judging elder appeared on stage, his presence commanding immediate silence. He addressed the crowd with authority. "Please take your seats, Exalted." The exalted double dragon appeared in their high seats, and the crowd bowed in unison. Bai Mei waved a hand. "No need for formalities. Are the participating sects ready?" The judge nodded. "Mystical Heaven Sect and Demon Scheming Sect's disciples enter." The disciples marched onto the stage, but all eyes were on the Demon Scheming Sect's leader, Zhuo Fan. To everyone's surprise, Zhuo Fan didn't step onto the stage. Instead, he made his way to the resting area, where he casually took a seat. The crowd watched in stunned silence as Zhuo Fan raised a finger, and golden words appeared on the wall behind him. Witness the peak and the pinnacle, me, gathering geezers 3 by 3. The wine shall be endless, all night we could revel. If only there was one who could get on my level.